Hello everyone. Today's video is about a man who, despite being 89 years, is not only young at heart, but his style of doing business and investing is unparalleled. Ranked at number 6 in the Forbes list of the richest persons in the world, Mr. Warren Buffett proves to be one of the best inspirational figures of the investment world. Let us know his life story. Warren Buffett was born in 1937 in the city of Omaha, United States. His father worked as a salesman in a stockbroking firm, but sadly during the 1929 Great Depression, he lost his job. Determined not to give up, he started his own stockbroking firm. Where other children were enjoying their childhood playing, messing around, Warren Buffett loved playing around with numbers. Since childhood, he had a keen interest in reading books. He found pleasure in all of these things. It would not be wrong to say that since early days he had a mind of a business person. He was always up to something, trying his hand on small business as if it was meant for him all along. When he was around 7 to 8 years old, he read a book, 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. One of the 1,000 ways that attracted Mr. Buffett was the business of pinball machines. His mind started to imagine numbers. He analyzed how much would a pinball machine cost? How many pinball machines can he buy by the profit made from the first pinball machine? He liked this idea, and in partnership with a friend, he bought a pinball machine and placed it in a barber shop. The objective behind it was that people who would be in the waiting line, instead of just sitting idly, they could play the pinball machine. The strategy worked. He started to make a profit from his little venture. He reinvested this profit into buying more pinball machines and placing them in barber shops all over the city. He sold his profitable venture at $1,200 after some time. He always had the skills required to be a good businessman. At the tender age of 7 to 8, he started doing small business one after the other. For example, distributing newspapers, selling Coca-Cola, chewing gum, magazines door to door. He found satisfaction and joy in doing such small businesses, although his family was financially stable and he wasn't obliged to do this. At a young age of 14, he bought his first land of 40 acres from the money that he had saved from all the businesses that he had done growing up. By the time his college ended, he had a fund of $9,800 in his savings. His father often used to call him Fireball because of his nature of starting businesses at such an early age. His father had tremendous confidence in him. Mr. Buffett gained insightful guidance and wisdom from his father, which is the reason why he gives the credit for his success to his father. He applied for his post-graduation in Harvard University, which got rejected. While he was searching about different colleges and reading about the teachers, he got to know that Mr. Benjamin Graham and Mr. David Dogg, both of them teach at Columbia University. Mr. Buffett had already read a book co-authored by them. The name of the book was Security Analysis, and he was highly inspired by this book. To learn about investing from Mr. Graham and Mr. Dogg, he took admission at Columbia University. This turned out to be a life-changing decision, which he realized at later stages of his life. Professor Benjamin Graham was the inventor of value investing and is also known as the father of value investing. After learning the same from Professor Graham, Warren Buffett applied in Graham's company, Graham Newman Corp., which was rejected. After 2 years, Professor Graham offered a job to Warren Buffett in his partnership firm. For 2 years, Warren Buffett worked as a security analyst with Graham Newman Corporation. He improved his value investing skill while working in the company. In 1956, when Benjamin Graham retired, he closed his partnership firm, and as a result, Warren Buffett returned to his hometown, Omaha. After having gained some experience, he opened a partnership firm in his hometown. Partnership firms are known as hedge funds now. The philosophy he learned while working with the professor and the experience incurred both reaped high profit for him, and with huge profits he became a millionaire in a short span of time. For your information, value investing means buying stocks that are undervalued, that is, buying shares at a price lower than their intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is the real value of shares, which is justified by the company's assets, earnings, dividend earning power. Professor Benjamin Graham used to study the financial report of the company to derive the intrinsic value of the company. It happens often that the share price of the company is trading below the intrinsic value, which we call undervalued stock. Value investing is the technique of finding such companies and buying them with the same philosophy. Warren Buffett first bought the shares of Berkshire Hathaway in 1962. The journey of Berkshire Hathaway and Mr. Warren is an interesting one. During 1962, Berkshire Hathaway was a company that was involved in the textile business, and it was performing badly. The company was selling its textile mills one after another, and with the money coming in, the company started buying back the shares from shareholders too. The logic with which Mr. Buffett bought shares was that the management was planning to wind up the business by buying back the shares. So when the company will sell more of its textile mills and use that money to buy back shares, then Mr. Buffett will get a good rate for selling his shares. By 1964, he had bought a good number of shares of Berkshire Hathaway. When the company sold more of its existing mills and with the money started buying back the shares, they negotiated with Mr. Warren Buffett about the price at which he was willing to sell the shares. A deal was struck and the price was decided at $11.50 per share. But when he received the official letter from Berkshire Hathaway, the price mentioned in it was $11.375 instead of $11.50. Well, this mismanagement and fraud conducted by Berkshire Hathaway disappointed Warren Buffett on all levels. He rejected the offer immediately. Following this incident, he started to buy more shares of Berkshire Hathaway and continued until he had complete control over the firm. Once he had control, the first thing he did was fire the management that tried to con him in the first place. On this incident, he has once quoted, "The greatest enemies of the equity investor are expenses and emotions," and he believes that he took an emotional decision during this investment and thus regards it as his mistake. But he acted on the mistake and turned it into a successful business later. In 1996, he closed his partnership business and took over as the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. After he took over as the head of the firm, he turned it into a holding firm as its textile business wasn't up to the mark. For those who don't know, holding company is that firm which invests in other companies. Similarly, Warren Buffett started to invest in various firms like Coca-Cola, Washington Post, Geico, etc. through Berkshire Hathaway. Later, he also entered the insurance sector by buying some companies working in the same sector. Let us discuss Warren Buffett's first investment and the lesson he learned from it. He made his first investment at a very young age of 11 years. Still, he believes that he was wasting his life till he was 11 years old. The first investment made by him was in a firm named City Service, where he bought shares for himself and his sister at a price of $38. Initially, the stock price of City Service went down to $29, but it gained momentum and soon the share price touched the figure of $40. At this price, he sold the City Service shares he owned. But after he sold off those shares, the price shooted to $200. From this incident, Warren learned to be patient with his investments and to give time for the things to work. Hence, his focus mainly lies in investing for the long term. For instance, he started to buy the shares of Washington Post in 1973 and went on to incur a return of more than 9,000% on it. Although after years of being invested in it, he sold all the 28% shares of Washington Post in 2014. In his view, buying stocks of any firm is like buying that business. As a result, he invests in the businesses which he understands so as to carry out a deep analysis of the company. Similarly, he had invested in Coca-Cola back in the year 1988. He himself is a big fan of the soft drink and loves to consume it on a daily basis. If we talk about the investment strategy of Mr. Warren Buffett, it is a culmination of the strategies propagated by Mr. Benjamin Graham and Philip Fisher. He says he's 85% Benjamin Graham and 15% Philip Fisher. Benjamin Graham's strategy says that buy a stock when it's available at less value or is undervalued. whereas Philip Fisher's philosophy states that one should invest in quality business. In fact, he believes that a quote given by Benjamin Graham in his book Intelligent Investor are the most important words inked on investment. The quote goes like this: "Investing is most intelligent when it is most businesslike." If you look at the portfolio of Mr. Buffett, then you will notice that he invested the most during the times of recession or when a firm was facing one-time problems, because during that time he could buy the share at low value. Two rules that Warren Buffett sticks to are never lose money, and the second one is never forget the rule number 1. Apart from Benjamin Graham and Philip Fisher, he follows, respects, and gives huge credit for his success to Mr. Charlie Munger, who also happens to be his business partner. One of the greatest things that one can learn from him is his reading habit. He spends a good amount of time on a daily basis reading. Yes, dear friends, reading and learning are of utmost importance if you wish to have success in the investment world. Despite featuring in the list of the richest persons of the world and having a fortune, he's still a down-to-earth person. He still lives in the house he bought back in 1958 and drives his car by himself. Since 2000, he has donated around $46 billion towards charity. You all must be wondering, even at the age of 89, why does he need to learn? Well, business as well as investing are his passion, and he does not do it for merely fulfilling his needs, but he enjoys it. You would be surprised to know that about 90% of the wealth he owns is earned by him after he turned 50 years old. That is the best example that goes with the saying that age is just a number. If you all learned something noteworthy from this life story of Mr. Warren Buffett, then